YouTube, it's your boy, Blue Blood Sports TV, back at y'all with another one. So, we have some great news. Well, hopefully, this news comes to fruition. But according to legendary promoter, top-ranked CEO and promoter, Bob Arum, who promotes undefeated 3-division world champion, former junior welterweight undisputed world champion, currently the WBO welterweight world champion, who is widely considered by many to be #1 pound-for-pound best fighter in the world, at the very least #3 best pound-for-pound fighter in the world, and Terence Bud Crawford, 37 wins, no losses, no draws, 27 big wins by way of knockout. Terence Crawford is 33 years of age, stands at 5'8" with a 74-inch arm reach. That a fight between Terence Crawford and two-time welterweight world champion superstar boxer Showtime Shawn Porter, 31 wins, 3 losses, 1 draw, 17 big wins by way of knockout. Shawn Porter is 33 years of age, stands at 5'7" with a 69-inch arm reach. According to Bob Arum, they have all agreed, and that we will be getting an announcement tomorrow for a showdown November 20th. Bob Arum was hoping to avoid going to a purse bid after the WBO, World Boxing Organization, ordered that Terence Crawford start to begin negotiations with Shawn Porter, gave him 30 days to do so, and then stated that if they couldn't come to an agreement within 30 days, that it would go to a purse bid, and Shawn Porter would get 40%, Terence Crawford will get 60%, okay? So, with that said, the purse bid was scheduled for September 2nd, and September 1st, we got reports that top-ranked Bob Arum and Terence Crawford's team, along with Shawn Porter, PBC, Premier Boxing Champion, founder and advisor Al Heyman, and father, trainer, manager Kenny Porter, father of Shawn Porter, they all agreed to have asked for an extension from the WBO, so that way they can sit down and look to negotiate and keep all other parties out of out of the what's taking place. Okay, if it goes to a purse bid, you have other entities, other promoters, other managers, other networks that can all bid on this fight, and Bob Arum and PBC, they don't want that. Okay, one in particular, you have Matchroom CEO and promoter Eddie Hearn and his company, in which he co-promotes, or he has a partnership there, I say, with the Zone streaming app. They're willing to put up big money if this fight goes to a purse bid. So they asked for an extension. The WBO, they granted the extension, and the extension is to September 14th. Okay, September 14th is Tuesday. So they don't want it to get to September 14th. They want to have an agreement and announcement for the fight to take place November 20th at the Mandalay Bay, Las Vegas, Nevada, on pay-per-view. And so Bob Arum has said that now all parties have agreed, and they're looking to make an announcement as early as tomorrow. Okay, they definitely don't want to get to Tuesday, so they're looking to make an announcement. Okay, Bob Arum stated that Shawn Porter was in agreement, Al Heyman was in agreement, Kenny Porter was in agreement, he's in agreement. Terence Crawford was the last piece to the puzzle that they had to get to an agreement, and according to Bob Arum, he believes that they can have an announcement for tomorrow. So that would eliminate it's going to purse bid, and Bob Arum and PBC losing out a fight of this magnitude, because this is a huge fight. And Bob Arum, he stated that he hopes in the future, other big fights are just made without any roadblocks. Okay, so this is huge news. Hopefully it comes to fruition. Either which way, we're going to get an announcement. We're going to get a conclusion to this situation, and a deal will be done, because if Bob Arum and company don't make an announcement tomorrow, it will be going to a purse bid on Tuesday, and the WBO will not be granting any more extensions. So therefore, we'll be either getting a different promotional company and network that will bid on it on Tuesday, or we're going to get Bob Arum and company agreeing to a deal with PBC to have a fight and a deal done for this to take place November 20th at the Mandalay Bay in Las Vegas, Nevada. So with that said, this is what Bob Arum is stating. This is a huge fight for both guys. This is a massive fight for both guys. It's a statement fight for both guys. For Terence Crawford, it's a chance for Terence Crawford to validate being labeled the #1 best fighter in the world, or dare I say top 3. This is an opportunity on the part of Shawn Porter for Shawn Porter to, make a statement and let the world know he can indeed get over the hump. Now, Shawn Porter, he's been in mega big fights, but in his biggest fights, he lost. He came up short. He defended his title against Kell Brook. At the time, was an undefeated IBF mandatory challenger, British superstar boxer. And Kell Brook, he took the belt from Shawn Porter, okay? Then Shawn Porter, he went into a showdown with unified welterweight world champion superstar boxer at the time, Keith one-time Thurman. And Shawn Porter, well, he came up short again in that fight, okay? And then Shawn Porter, most recently in his next biggest fight, was against undefeated unified WBC IBF welterweight world champion superstar boxer, who is widely considered by many to be top 3 best pound-for-pound fighters in the world, and Earl the Truth Spence Jr. That was the unification bout. Earl Spence had the IBF, in which he took the IBF from Kell Brook in the UK, that Kell Brook took from Shawn Porter, okay? And then Shawn Porter, he fought 2-division world champion superstar boxer Danny Swift Garcia, and for the vacant WBC title that Keith Thurman had to vacate due to inactivity. And he beat Danny Garcia, but he went to the unification bout with Errol Spence. Errol Spence beat Shawn Porter. Now, the thing is, the Kell Brook fight was very close. The Keith Thurman fight was very close. The Errol Spence fight was very close. But nonetheless, Shawn Porter, he came up short. He did not get the nod. Now, he does have big wins. I always state this. He beat Devin Alexander, Andre Berto, Adrian Broner, Danny Garcia, I believe, is the biggest win. He beat Paulie Malignaggi. So he has some very, very credible wins on his resume. But when it's at the highest level, he comes up short. Now, he's always competitive in those fights. He's never blown out. He's never knocked out. He didn't get stopped. But nonetheless, he came up short. He didn't get the nod. He didn't get the decision. And so this is an opportunity for him to prove that when he's in the biggest fights, because this is going to be the level of fight of Errol Spence, Kell Brook, and Keith Thurman level fight, okay? Because Terence Crawford is considered the best fighter in the world. So here's an opportunity to prove that he indeed belongs on that scale, okay? And beat Terence Crawford. Now, it's still a catch-22 for Shawn Porter, because if he beats Terence Crawford, some people may say, well, we knew Terence Crawford was overrated, okay? We didn't know what Terence Crawford was made of when he fought the best opposition, and now we know. Now, Terence Crawford, in his case, he did have an undisputed showdown at junior welterweight against Julius Ndongo, but again, Julius Ndongo is unknown commodity. At the time, Julius Ndongo, he had a couple of big wins, won the belt, had some belts, and Terence Crawford, he went into a undisputed showdown with Julius Ndongo, and he beat him, okay? But he's not a big name. He's not a Hall of Famer. He's not a superstar. He's not even a star in the sport of boxing, okay? And so Terence Crawford beat him. It was a lot on the line, undisputed, a chance for him to become undisputed and hold all 4 major sanction belts, which is a very short list of fighters in the history of sport of boxing to do so, and he did. Outside of that, the next biggest name on his resume is Olympic gold medalist, 3-division world champion Yuriorkis Gamboa, who moved up in weight. So he doesn't have that high-profile, legacy, lucrative fight on his resume, and he's admitting of that. Okay, when he sat down with Andre Ward, he let it be known on it's called Relentless. He sat down with Andre Ward, and they talked about it, and he said that fight has been eluding him. He's been seeking out a fight with legendary 8-division world champion, Filipino superstar, iconic boxer Manny Pacquiao, but was unable to secure that fight. And then Manny Pacquiao was heading into a fight with Errol Spence, but Errol Spence got injured, and he fought Yordenis Ugas, who was the Cuban star WBA regular champion, was elevated to super champion because of Manny Pacquiao inactivity after Manny Pacquiao beat Keith Thurman. And so Yordenis Ugas got the opportunity, and he beat Manny Pacquiao, unanimous decision, okay? Beat him pretty handily. So Terence Crawford, he tweeted out, if I only had the opportunity, opportunity that slipped past him because of his promoter more so than anything else, because Bob Arum was just unwilling to make the fight happen. Manny Pacquiao even admitted that he had the opportunity to fight Terence Crawford in June 5th. Bob Arum stated that was the date. Terence Crawford was alluding to it. Manny Pacquiao said it was true. But Bob Arum, he stated that the investment group in Abu Dhabi, they pulled out. Top-ranked ESPN was unwilling to put up the money, the necessary mandatory purses for both guys. and they let the fight go. So that's why Errol Spence and Manny Pacquiao was negotiated and made. And then your Dana Sugas, who's going to be the co-main event, got the opportunity because he received Manny Pacquiao's belt. Manny Pacquiao wasn't happy the WBA placed him as champion recess and didn't reinstate him. So it was a storyline. So with that said, this is a huge opportunity for Terence Crawford to make a statement against Shawn Porter. Shawn Porter's never been stopped. He's never been knocked out. He's never been knocked down more than once in a fight. So he has an opportunity to knock him down multiple times. He has an opportunity to stop or knock out Shawn Porter and make an absolute statement, okay? So hopefully this comes to fruition, but either which way, by Tuesday, we're going to have a conclusion and we have an idea as to what's next. Where is Terence Crawford, Shawn Porter headed? One thing we do know, they will be fighting one another, whether it's with Top Rank, Bob Arum, and PBC on pay-per-view November 20th, or if it's with another network on a different date. So let's see how this unfolds and plays out. That's all I got for y'all. Make sure you hit the like button. Drop a comment in the comment section. Let me know what y'all think. Y'all already know what it is. It's your boy Blue, Blue Blood Sports TV. Hate, like, comment, and subscribe. If you haven't subscribed, hit the subscribe button, hit the like button, hit the bell icon to get all the new notifications. Follow me on Instagram at Blue Blood Sports TV, all one word. Y'all already know what it is. Shout out to the entire LDBC. Shout out to New Media. Shout out to Black Media Row. Make sure you like and share these videos. That's all I got for y'all. Peace.
Oh, it is your boy Jada Kiss. Make sure you check out Blue Blood Sports TV. It's going down.